How's everybody doing today? Everybody ready to welcome the 45th and the 47th President of the United States? You know, 9 years ago, Donald J. Trump came down an escalator. You may have seen it. And he said he was going to make America great again. He said he was going to do that by restoring our southern border, rebuilding our economy, and making sure that America is strong enough to protect our allies and our interests around the world. And after he won that historic 2016 election, that is exactly what he did for 4 straight years. And look at where we are today. We have a vice president who's running for president, who, as borders are, led the administration to take 94 executive actions to dismantle the most secure southern border that we've ever had and allow 10, 15, 20 million illegal aliens inside the United States. We have a vice president who cast the tie-breaking votes on $2.5 trillion worth of unnecessary, wasteful government spending. President Obama's own economic advisors told her, this is going to send inflation through the roof. And she did it anyway. And now every family in Virginia is paying 25% more for groceries, 50% more for gasoline, 25% more for housing, unless, of course, you want to buy a house, and it costs twice as much to buy the same house as it did 4 years ago. We have a vice president who stood up Benjamin Netanyahu at a joint session of Congress so that she could go to a sorority event in Texas. Who showed up at a meeting of all the world leaders over in Europe and told President Putin, do not invade Ukraine. 5 days later, he invaded Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is a far weaker place today than it was 4 years ago. And when America is weak, the world is a more dangerous place. This election cycle is about far more than what happens in America for the next 4 years. It's about what happens across the world for decades to come. And the question that you have to ask yourselves before you go vote is a pretty simple question. Do you want America to be strong, or do you want America to be weak? Because I will tell you this, if you want America to be weak, if you want us to continue down the same path that we are on today, Kamala Harris is your choice. But if you want America to be strong, then Donald J. Trump needs to be the 47th President of the United States. So here we are, 3 days away from the most important election of your lifetime. And I got to ask you, how many people have already voted? That's pretty good. How many of you are going to vote on Tuesday? That's pretty good. But it's not enough. It's not enough. We need every single one of you to give us 50 minutes. 50 minutes for you to go out and have 5-minute conversations about this election with 10 people. Friends, family members, colleagues, co-workers, people that you go to church with. Take 5 people, 5 minutes, and we can make this into a movement that is absolutely going to deliver Virginia. That is absolutely going to make sure that we are going on Election Day to flip the Senate, don't forget, when Kamala Harris broke those ties 33 times, she's broke more ties than any vice president in history. Who was the 50th vote? Who was the 50th vote that made it a tie? Tim Kaine. Virginia deserves better. Virginia deserves hung cow in the Senate. And when you deliver Virginia, we are going to expand our majority in the House. And then, by God, we are going to send Donald J. Trump back to the White House as our 47th president. So enjoy the rally, and then go home and roll up your sleeves and get to work and deliver 10 additional votes. Because when you do, we are all going to reconvene on January 20th. And we're going to have Donald J. Trump roll up his sleeves and get to work and make America great again.